Hello and welcome to your strength and stretch flow. We're going to focus on core strength today, help you build that resilience for a stronger core and also stretch it out so you feel yummy and delicious and ready to head off into the rest of the day or night. So let's go ahead and get started. So you can go ahead and lay down on your back, hug your knees into your chest. Start any smart devices if you're tracking your workout. Very important stuff, depending on your MO. So go ahead and wrap your arms around your shin bones today, taking a big breath in. And exhale out your mouth. We're going to just start to wake up our spine. So hug your shins in, bring your forehead to touch your knees, making yourself into a little tiny ball. Shrug your shoulder blades down your back. You might feel your core light up here, even so. Exhale, melt back to your mat. Inhale, make a cactus shape with your arms or goalpost. So just bending at your elbows. Take a big breath into your belly, really focusing on the sensation of being in this moment. Exhale, flop your knees to your right. So you can release your knees to your right and keep them here if that feels good. Or if you want a little bit more, maybe place your right hand on top of your left thigh. Gaze in the opposite direction. So turning your gaze towards your left hand or left shoulder, getting a full spinal twist here to start. This is a really great pose, especially after a long day. Helps you digest, unwind, and let go of tension in your upper back as well as your lower back. Inhale, release your hand if you've added it there. Exhale, float your knees back to center. Take a big breath here in the center of your mat. Exhale, knees towards your left. Same thing here. You can just pause here, gazing up at the ceiling, or maybe turn your head towards your right shoulder. Left hand rests on top of your thigh. Take a deep breath into your belly, grounding your energy into the moment. Exhale out your mouth, let it go. Inhale, release your left hand back down. Exhale, flop your knees back up to center. And now let's wake up our core a little bit here. So we're going to start with something called a dead bug. Not the most yogic term, so you can rename it if you want. Nothing comes to mind right now. My creative juices are a little slow this afternoon. So place your palms almost in a reverse tabletop here. You can flex your feet for added activation. Now go ahead and make sure that your lower back is completely flat in the mat. So you might have a natural arch here. See if you can press your belly button all the way down to meet the mat. You'll start to feel your core light up already. You can stay here if this is enough for you today. Totally fine. You're still activating your core. You're helping balance and support your back. So if you have any back pain, really important to strengthen your core. So it helps keep our posture straight. If you want to add on, you can tap your right heel towards your mat, keeping your knee bent. And again, keeping this activation in your lower body as you slowly bring it back up. Same thing, left side, slow tap down. Exhale to bring it back up. So that's version 2. You can keep doing this, following along. Or again, you can just stay in that reverse tabletop. If you want a little bit of extra intensity here, you can tap both of those heels down at the same time and then bring them back up. So exhale to tap. You might feel a little shake as I do right now. Inhale to bring back up. Let's do 2 more. Whatever variation you're in, just honor that present moment. We all have different qualities to our days. So some days you want to go the extra round. Some days you're content with step 1. All right, go ahead and release that. You can place your hands behind your thighs. We're going to rock and roll into a boat pose. This is a little bit of a progressive core warm up here. So 2 versions of your boat pose. You can stay over here with your hands supporting you behind your thighs. Shrug your shoulder blades away with your heart up, heart open, nice and proud. Squeeze your belly so you're supporting yourself here. This is a slightly more supported version. If you need even more support, you can drop your heels. Or if you want to go for full boat pose, release your palms up to the sky. Hold here for 3, 2, 1. Let's add some twists. So again, if your heels are down, that's okay. You'll just twist towards your right, your left. Let's do right. You can keep your heels lifted if you want. Left. Try not to shimmy your hips here. So if you notice your knees jutting out, glue them together. That will help support you. And left. Let's do 2 and 1. Inhale, release here. Counter pose, hug your shins, bow your head. Take a deep breath into your belly. Exhale out your mouth. One more big breath in. Exhale, let it go. Now inhale, cross your ankles, finding a cross-legged seat. Float your arms up to the sky. Take a big stretch here. Exhale, fold over your crossed ankles. So you can bow your head to your mat if that feels accessible to you. Resting your forehead on your mat, or if it's too far away or you need more support, just walk your hands back towards your ankles. So this is really great for all bodies today, however you're feeling in yours, so make it yours. If you're in the supported version, make sure your shoulders and your ears aren't shrugging up together. Just really draw your shoulder blades down your back. And you can let go here. Take a deep breath in. Exhale out your mouth. Slowly roll over your ankles, or you can walk your hands up and shift side to side. We're coming to a forearm tabletop. So forearm tabletop here, hips are stacked over your knees. You don't want to have a sway back where your glutes are pointing up to the sky. You want to have a supported straight spine here. So engage your core, press into your palms. I have my forearms set up traditional plank pose in yoga. So not bringing my palms to touch, not interlacing my hands like you might at the gym. You want to have your palms nice and flat here. This builds more integrity and strength in your sides, your serratus, as well as your upper back and shoulders. So squeeze your elbows together actively here into your mat. That will help turn on your core as well as your upper back to support you. Staying here, this is an option. You'll still feel activation as long as you're squeezing, or you can step your left foot back and your right foot back into a forearm plank pose. You kind of want to get your hips in line with your shoulders here and allow your back to be flat. So we're not rounding in our shoulders or our hips. Nice strong spine here. We're going to tap our knees down. This is our last core exercise. Exhale up, inhale down, exhale up. Last 3, 2, 1. Melt your knees to your mat. Belly comes to mat. Find Sphinx pose. So I'm just slowly rotating, opening up my chest here. This feels really intense, or you have a slightly tender low back or rib cage. You can walk your forearms out. They're a little bit more supported here. You can have the mat all the way up underneath your rib cage as you lift out of your shoulders. So we're not hunkered down here. Turtleneck, we're rising out of our shoulders like the proud Sphinx. Take a big breath in. Exhale, let it go. You might feel a little stretch in your core if it's feeling sore. So inhale, fill your belly and your chest. Exhale, let it go. Cobra pose, go ahead and melt your chest all the way to your mat. Variation on Cobra, tend your palms, so pressing into your fingertips here. Your elbows come up like tiny little mountains. Press into your fingertips. Lift your chest up nice and proud. Now exhale, just dip your chin to your chest. This is a really great neck stretch. You can rotate your right ear to your right shoulder, left ear to left shoulder. Inhale back to center and lower down. Let's do that one more time. So inhale, show your shoulders away. Exhale, squeeze your belly, lift up. Lift your heart to the sky, head to the sky. Now exhale, chin to chest. Right ear. Exhale, left ear to left shoulder. Inhale, lower back down. Last Cobra pose variation, palms right underneath your shoulders. Draw your shoulder blades down and away, almost like you're peeling yourself off your mat, keeping your gaze down at your mat this time. You might start to feel your lower back, your lats light up. Squeeze your core, squeeze your glutes. Exhale, tuck your toes. You can come back to tabletop or press all the way up into a push-up and downward facing dog. So this is downward facing dog. If you're new to this pose, go ahead and bend your knees. So a lot of times we can tweak our back if we have our knees straight and lock our joints. So bend your knees a little bit here. It's also a nice way to get into it, even if you are familiar with downward facing dog. Squeeze your elbows towards each other, activating your back body. Take a big breath in. Exhale, walk your hands back towards your feet. Let's get off our hands, give our hands a little bit of a break here, and wobble and wiggle it out. So I like to get a little playful and silly in these classes. We take life too seriously most of the time. So take a big breath. You can bring your hands to your shin bones, flat back here, big breath in. And as you exhale, stick out your tongue and shake it out. Inhale, halfway lift, squeeze your belly, float your spine. Exhale, lion's breath, stick out your tongue. Nice. Let's do one more of those. So inhale, halfway here, squeeze your belly. Exhale, stick your tongue, flop it out. You can tuck one wrist inside each elbow, creating a little bit of a cradle. Nod your head yes, shake it no. Maybe shift your hips side to side if that feels good. Deep bend in them if you have tight hamstrings today. And exhale, flop it out. Inhale, bend your knees deeply, slowly stack your spine and rise to standing. As you rise at the top, exhale, shrug your shoulder blades away. Inhale, lift your arms up, palms facing the sky. Exhale, forward fold, hips go back. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to your shins. Exhale, let's walk it out to plank pose again. Finding plank pose, we're gonna step our right foot forward. So you can always lower down to your knees and bring your foot forward if you want a little bit more support, or you can step it all the way through. So now we're in a low lunge here. Let's add in a twist. Left hand into your mat. Exhale, press into your right heel as you open up your right arm to the sky. Big twist here. See if you can keep your hips straight rather than shimmying over towards the right. Big thoracic spine rotation. Great for your back and neck as well. You can maybe take a half bind if that feels good. Wrapping your hand behind your hip. Big breath in. Exhale, release your hand to your mat. Inhale, looking forwards, maybe a couple inches in front of your right foot. Press your weight into your right foot. Exhale, hop your left to meet your right. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to your shins. Exhale, sit your hips back, rise up for chair pose. We'll just be here for a moment. Take a big breath in. Exhale, sweep your arms back behind you. This is called drinking bird. So rising up onto your tiptoes, if that's available, you can keep your heels down. Bending your knees, almost like a little hummingbird at a bird feeder or a flower. Exhale, melt your heels, come back to chair pose. Inhale, stand all the way up. Exhale, forward fold, swan dive. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back to plank pose. We're going to do the other side. So finding plank pose here. Again, you can lower your knees or you can just step your left foot forward, whatever feels good to you and accessible. Take a big breath here. Exhale, plant your right hand into your mat. Squeeze your glutes as you rotate your chest. Open towards your left leg. Left hand to the sky. Take a big breath in. You can always lower a knee down if you're having any challenges here with your knees or balance. Exhale, reach your left hand behind you, finding that half line. Take a big breath in. Exhale, release your hands to your mat. Same transition here, looking in front of you. You can always lower your knee and scooch up if you want. Let's see if you can press in your left heel nice and strong to carry you forward to a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift here. Exhale, sit back, chair pose. One of those drinking birds. Inhale, swing your arms back, rise up onto your tippy toes. Exhale, melt your heels, chair pose. Nice. Inhale, forward fold. Let's shake it out here. So shake your head no, nod your head yes. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands into your mat, step back for plank pose. We're gonna lower down super slow all the way to our belly. So taking your time here, bending your elbows back by your rib cage, lower, 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 all the way to your mat. You can pancake your left ear into your mat and windshield wiper your feet, just releasing your low back. Take a big breath here. Let it go. Place your feet down. Let's get into one of my favorite chest stretches. Also really great for your shoulders. So right palm out to the right of you at a right angle, down on the mat. Exhale, press into your left palm. Stop stomping your left foot behind your right leg. Taking a deep breath here. Now exhale, melt to your belly. Other side, left arm out long, pressing into your right hand, folding open over your shoulder. Big breath in. Exhale, melt back to your belly. Press both hands underneath your shoulders, knees together. Let's find child's pose. I like doing a knees together child's pose because it's great for releasing tension in your low back. Helps you relax and release. So take a deep exhale here as you melt your forehead down. Inhale into your belly. Exhale out your mouth. And shimmy your hips side to side if that feels good. Exhale, let it go. Staying in your child's pose, just thread the needle here. So drawing your left arm underneath your right armpit. It's a little bit of a twist. If you want more, you can rise up onto your hips for a full thread the needle, getting into your shoulder blade. Taking a big breath in. Deep exhale out. Inhale to release. Exhale to switch sides. You're up on your hips and maybe you start here. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. Maybe sit back on your heels to end in the same position you started in. Exhale to release, unwinding back to child's pose. Now in your own time, you can rise up into a seat for our meditation, or if you want to end on your back, feel free to do that instead. Yogi's choice. So get comfy, whatever position resonates with you, feels good. Go ahead and close your eyes. And sigh it out. So today's intention is all about being present in the moment. So our meditation is going to be simple. We'll just focus on our breath today. This is a traditional meditation. So as you inhale, then exhale, count 1. Then you inhale, exhale, count 2. So you can count out loud or in your mind. But the goal here is not to reach a high number, but rather to get to 10 and then restart. The reason why this meditation exists is because if we get lost in the moment, or our to-do list or something else, we forget what we're counting to. We might forget to count at all, or maybe we go past 10 all the way to 20 or 30. So the goal of this meditation is to stay present, count each set of your breaths. So just settle into your body, finding a nice natural rhythm that feels good to you. Allow yourself to reset. In case you've lost count, just come back to your breath. Just start back at 1. No judgment, only compassion, just allowing yourself to restart. That's the power of presence. We let go of judgment because there is no past or future. We're just now. Taking a deep breath into your whole body. Exhale out your mouth. Just allowing that breath pattern, those numbers to fade. Just check in with your body now. Notice how you're feeling. Notice how you're feeling. Maybe check in with your head, your neck, your shoulders. Just allow your internal awareness to travel down to your heart, down to your belly, all the way to your hips, your legs, and finally to your feet. As always, if this exercise has resonated with you, try it again. Get playful, make it your own. And if it hasn't, that's okay. Let it go. Take one more deep breath in, pancaking your hands over your heart just to close. Exhale out and out.